Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Let's get some terrain stuff done. I hope everyone has had a great Friday and a good start into the weekend. Yeah, there were a couple of smaller, well, not fixes, but smaller stuff I did because Valor tried still the engine. We didn't get it up and running on his machine yet, it seems like, but I added a couple of more things to maybe hunt down the stuff, but so far no luck. No, it works on the other machine, it seems like. I think it's something with the 40 series. But I have someone that I might... So I have someone with a 4090. So maybe I can ask him to try it as well. But I would have wanted to... But that one is as well not in like the close proximity. It's as well remote. And remote debugging is always a little bit hard. Because as you saw, I just give you a couple of things and then you need to send it to me and I need to interpret it, and it's like a little bit, yeah, always harder. So I would have wanted to find someone close by that I can just drop by. But yeah, maybe I still find someone. I will ask at work later, like next week, Monday. I guess someone at work has probably a 40 something. Hopefully even a 4070, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe even at work, a machine that I can try. Because it's kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to, right? It's on me to fix it. I don't think it's something with the drivers per se. It's... I don't know. Because you said you were on the latest one, right? So it doesn't... It can't be a driver thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, me too. Me too. Because... That's a weird one, especially that Vulkan just says unknown error. It's like always fun. But I already learned a couple of things along the way which would be good to document, so that was already helpful. Oh yeah, we need to sync because I did a lot of stuff not on this machine. So I need to synchronize the latest build. Let me just quickly, just to be sure, back that out. Just in case Git does something weird. Which, I mean, it shouldn't, but... Okay, good. So we have that, and then where is my source tree here? Let's pull. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I wanted to back it out. Because I think what I will do is clean out that whole thing and resync completely. And then paste over. Oh, God damn it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yeah, I wanted to create as well a bug for that. On the Git repository that there's maybe an issue with 40X series, like cards. See, why did I not have everything open on my second monitor? Where is everything on my second monitor actually? Oh wait. You go here. And then we close that one. Alright. Hello Mickey Maven. Welcome, welcome. Hope you have as well a great... What is that? Oh, that was... yeah, fine. All good. Alright, so we have that, and then let's take that. And bring that back in. Well, actually not everything. Oh yeah, no, everything of that. Perfect. And we paste that over. That should only be a handful of changes now. Yeah, that looks about right. Well, almost. That one we revert. That one I revert as well. I don't know why it did. Ah, because, yeah, we kinda... Ah, that one we can keep because then we load the level again by default. That one I think we revert. Control Shift R, okay. Yeah, that one is fine. That one is not fine. That's just Tracy stuff. Perfect. This is where not... okay, where... Can I discard? I hate it. Source tree somehow got worse. I have no idea why. It's really hard to do sometimes stuff with it. Discard. Wait. What did I just do? I would want to... It's annoying. Whatever, discard everything. Okay, well that worked great, thank you for that. Is it like that? But I mean, it was... okay, maybe it's me. I've not really used that tool much, but yeah, I'm still looking for an alternative to source tree because it really annoys me. That one we discard the whole file. That one is fine. Discard. That was fine. Okay, so... Well, but that sucks because I can only press that and it's the whole thing. That's not what I want. Copy deleted line. I don't want to stage it. Oh my god. Whatever. We will do it manually, I guess. That one is discard and discard. It's unfortunate that it's so ugly. Alright, and now we just bring back the present one manually. Okay. Cool. Graphics API. It's in Vulkan, right? Yeah. Void signal present. Okay. It really failed. It didn't lie. Copy deleted lines. Perfect. Where did we have that? Actually, wait idle. It doesn't really matter. Let's have it here. And then that hunk we can discard. And that one. And now we just need to copy deleted line. Compute semaphore. Yeah. Maybe it made sense to just cherry pick diff between the both sources. I use Merit on Linux, great tool for comparison. Okay. Yeah, I didn't find a good tool for merging yet with Git, to be honest. Like, that's free. I don't know. At the office, I use Perforce and Beyond Compare, but those are not free. At least I think. I mean, Perforce is for sure not free, and Perforce is the source control, which we don't need because we have Git. But Beyond Compare, I think it's paid. And to be honest, I'm not so happy with Beyond Compare anyways as well. I think what I really liked back when I worked at Ubisoft was Araxis merge. I kind of liked how that worked. It was very lightweight and I mean, probably I just got used to it, but it was very nice. But it's just well paid. But yeah. I don't really use Git when I work alone, which is all the time. Oh, it looks like Merit, okay. Yeah. I mean, do you not do you not submit your code somewhere that it's like somewhat like saved, or do you just save it? Because if you work with Git alone, you really don't have any conflicts usually, right? You just commit and push and that's it. And you don't really need to think about anything. And at least you have it saved somewhere, right? Yeah, Araxis merges is not a Git tool either. Huh? Did I not put that here? What? What happened? Okay, whatever. Okay, so we have that again. Perfect. So yeah, Araxis was not tied to Git as well. It was just a compare tool. So, I mean, that's how it should look for you as well. Unfortunately, your shader dies. Well, I mean, you wouldn't have this because there is unfortunately one thing that's part of the project currently and not in the engine, which I am thinking of probably at the end of the stream. We should have fixed that. So I think I fixed it. Let's find out if I fixed the crash. But there was an issue when I tested it with a raycast, so we will probably have to address that today. But yeah, so this is the problem, that somehow it edits the wrong pieces, and it definitely edits it as well. Kind of weird because it breaks. So we have to do a couple of potential fixes here. So I mean, that should be fine. And we are, I think we are fine if we just have one chunk, right? Yeah. So the problem is that with something with the raycast probably that we do wrong. So let's go there and see again what we do with the raycast. Alright, that's not what we want. That's I'm trying to get your shader tool working, which I horribly failed. Data. Shaders compute, and then the edit one. And I found like another resource that I would want to compare it to. Which it seems it should be the same. Tmin, Tmax. Well, let's call it that. Because that's actually what it more or less is. And then yeah, we get the near and far max of tmin. Dear T max. And that is basically less equals. That should be correct. So maybe we do something wrong with like that early exit might be wrong. Like not doing the early exit right. Let's see. Let's first compile the shit and then probably go into render doc. Okay, so that works still. Let's give it a higher resolution, so that works perfect. Then we go here. We did it 2 times. And even on the wrong... That's weird. Because it looks like it did something, right? Because we can see the sphere. But it's somehow all black. It's probably because there's maybe nuns written into it. Oh well, let's find out. Render doc. I wanted to open that one as well. For the multi-chat. Wherever it is. Alright. Perfect. It's not really up to date, but whatever. What can you do? Alright, Licht and then start. I think actually, hold on, I need to do some stuff on the code side. We have, or I should disable this. And we disable the logic that we only do it on left click again. So we do it every time. But then as well in the edit, we don't apply the actual edit. So that we still hit the same word like voxel all the time. Because yeah, I would want to debug the ray trace, right? Not anything else. Yeah. So we go here, and maybe increase the resolution, why not? And now we are here, and then let's take a capture where we were not in render doc. Stupid me. Let's try that again. Because F12 just started the debugger and not render doc. Alright, so we do that, we capture, and we hopefully have 4 dispatches. Perfect. So, pipeline state. So that one is chunk index 0, and the position is -32, -32. Why? Does that make sense? Terrain panel. Oh yeah, I think that makes sense. So if I'm not mistaken, so that one is minus 32, minus 32, right? We can find that. Maybe not. Ah, wait. It's actually in the pipeline, right? That we give it the transform. We don't? Oh, we pushed transform. Oh, well, I'm in the wrong one. Here. Model matrix minus 64. Oh yeah, that makes actually more sense. Wait, does it make more sense? Oh yeah, we are 64 big. So that doesn't make sense, the position. Unless we are centered. Terrain resolution. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. It's terrain chunk size. So that at least is kinda a problem. So let's see if that already fixes something. If that was the issue, then that was an easy fix. Oh, well, we are not editing. God damn it. Edit here, and let's bring back the left click. Well, actually. Then we can just set it to true. We don't need to comment out everything. All right. 32, 2. Oh, I didn't. Oh, God damn it. Please come back. If you only do half of it, it doesn't work. All right, so now. I mean, okay, it doesn't. Okay, we're still editing all of them at the same time, and we are editing them kind of weird. So let's actually get back to that. So we remove that, and we say has left clicked true. And let's see what we get. Because the position is correct, it's just that we do it for all of them, which is kind of weird. So that works, right? Yeah. Well, the shader works. And then... yeah, I saw those actually. They are... I think... yeah. I ignore those validations for now. They are not that important. I know exactly where... I think I know exactly where they are coming from. It's in the edit shader currently. I'm not quite sure why they happen, but it's because of the edit. Did we... yeah, we did. And that crash is as well something I want to fix before 0.4. The shutdown, it was already working once, but then stuff got added. And yeah. Alright, so we have a heat. Nope. Pipeline. Pipeline, yes. So let's first try to find out which one we should be hitting. Although we probably can find that out quite easily. So that one is minus 64, minus 64. So that should be to the left. To the left, right? Oh, actually, yeah, to the left and that direction. Which probably aligns with this one as well, yeah. So this one is minus 64, minus 64, yes. We see it here. So I clicked at the 001. So I clicked at this one. Now the question is, why would you register as well 8? Oh wait, actually, I think I know what it is. I think we are not hitting anyways. I think we're actually not hitting. Or maybe we are, I don't know, let's see. No, we're not hitting and then return. Okay. So far so good. Alright, that kinda makes sense. So let's fix the first thing that I saw, because my chunk index for all of them is 0. Which is for sure not good. So the chunk index. Oh well, it's only like that because we're not incrementing it currently. So that probably was a false positive then. Because now we should be increasing it. Hmm. Oops, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, that doesn't fix anything, right? So I guess we're not hitting anything. So those, both of them, but like all of them should not hit anything. So you here as well. You should, once we go basically here, run forwards to cursor. Yeah, we return. Okay. Makes sense. And then you as well, right? Yeah. So the only thing we do is really that. I don't know, what does restrict do? Let's read that on. Normally the compiler must assume that you could access the same. You should use this wherever possible. Mm-hmm. That sounds a little bit weird. And I'm not sure if it's a problem or not. So why would it turn black though? Do we still have? Yeah, we still have that, so we can debug that one as well. The one that actually hits. So you are hitting. You're not hitting? What? Did I make an oopsie and I didn't even hit anything? Oh no, we hit. And then we run forwards to here, we have a hit. Oh my eye. And then we have a hit and the sphere center at 3648. Because the hit position is 3648. Yeah, that looks fine. I'm wondering why. So the hit position is 1.5 in the air. Huh. It's a little bit odd. But okay, I guess. Okay, and then we do that. The resolution. Wait. Does that make sense? Because we already hit at 48. Right. Oh no, we didn't. We hit at 1824. Okay. So we basically go here, then we have -10, which we continue. Which is probably, anyways, a little bit stupid, but okay. Okay, and then we have... Okay, so that matches, right? We have 16,028 and we have a position of 16,028. And the voxel grid value is 1 at that position. So we will probably keep that. Yeah. $16.30. I'm curious, why would that fail? Yeah, I'm a little bit confused to say the least. Because all of that looks correct. All of that looks correct, but it definitely is not correct, right? Because as soon as we bring back... Oh, god damn it, what? Oh. As soon as we bring that back, it doesn't work anymore? Oh, we can do it like that. Don't think it matters. And that chunk position... Yeah, it shouldn't be important. So the thing is, why does it work with 1, but it doesn't work with 2? But it works here. What the hell is going on? Why would you edit all of them? Doesn't make a lot of sense. And why does it work if I click up here? But everywhere else it fails. Don't think it matters, but I think actually it makes it probably worse. But let's remove the barriers. But I think that will just make it worse. Yeah, or the same, basically. Oh wait, we have some stuff here. We get like validation errors. Oh wait, I know one thing that is a problem. And let's actually try to address that. So what we do is, let's not do that. But let's give another U64 basically here. I will do that a little different probably in the future, but for now let's do it. View constants address. No, not that one. It's this one here. So we could do this, right? And then have two more here, have this here. That should be still fine. And then let's go to the view constants and we for now do it a little different. Includes view constants. Basically that. View constants like that. And yeah, we don't include that then. We add another reference. I mean, I guess I could do it like that, right? Just have this inside there. Does that work? Probably, right? Then That goes away. We have a few constants address here. Yeah, I don't know what the good name for that would be. But let's leave it at that. Then we have 2 more. Or that's... Wait, how did I structure it? Does that make sense? Wait. So that's 12 and 16. And that is not correct then. So we need this, this, and that. And then we are correctly structured, right? So we need the mouse position, resolution, chunk size, and then the voxel size like that. That should be correct. And then this one is basically all the few U constants we replace with. Well, with restrict few constants, few constants. Ah, well, that doesn't really work, right? So I guess we just do that. Might work. Let's find out. Probably did some mistake in the shader again. Probably did a miss. Oh, well, maybe not. Oh, maybe yes. Of course we did. What? Ah, well, that makes sense. I am stupid. It's this. So that should work a little better. Perfect. And I think we don't bind stuff anymore, right? Yeah, so that should at least get rid of the validation error we had. Oh no. We're back to a GPU crash. Yay! Probably because we do something stupid with an offset or something. Oh, well, we didn't. Oh, I didn't set the address. I mean, that is definitely a mistake. Graphics API get view constants buffer. Get GPU address, but we need to actually make that this is one that we can take the address from. Which I'm not sure where. Ah, here, create buffer. Uniform device address. So, yes, we can draw. So that's a good sign. And we don't have any issues with the... Or wait, maybe we do. No, we don't. Okay, so we don't have any... problems here anymore. It's so weird. Because the patch that dies the hardest is like the one where if we have one, it works fine, right? But then here, it blows up. Let's actually render doc that. I want to see what the mesh is. If there is a mesh, and if it's just somehow bricked because, I don't know. $32.2. Okay, so we have more vertices. But... Hey? What? Okay, I mean... That is a little sus. 22,000... 30 and everything is 0 here. And the normal is 0. Yeah, I mean that is then definitely garbage, right? Because nothing good can come out of that. So basically it stops. That's interesting. So everything above that we would need to render the additional stuff is that. If I do 1, okay, yeah, that's 22,030. So that aligns pretty much with what we have here, right? But for some reason, the vertex buffer is garbage. Okay. Fascinating. Doesn't really make too much sense why it would be garbage. Unless we do something stupid, but I don't think we do that anymore. Oh, we actually are doing it. That is garbage. And probably the issue. Why did I do that? I have no idea. It's an oversight, I think. But yeah, we were drawing only... We were drawing with the right draw call. But the vertex buffer of the first chunk always, which... I mean, I don't know why I did that. Because when it was a plane, right, we can bind the same vertex buffer, but now that it's not a plane anymore, we cannot do that. So I think that was actually the issue, and now it's fixed, probably. Yeah, okay. I mean, we have a weird artifact here. But yeah. Okay, well, we still have the problem of multi-edits. Or maybe, wait. Depth render pass. Do we do the same garbage there? No. Here we do the right thing. I think at least it looks fine. Oh, well, it doesn't actually. Hold on, it's not fine. We need more data here. We need transform. Vertex, wire bind. Bind push constants. Vertex 0 transform matrix. And then in our depth, we need the same as we do in our vertex shader, which I don't have open here. Perfect. Because yeah, the vertex shader currently is inside the project. This one. Materials stripe planar. Model matrix. God damn it. Why would I... Which one is it? Pre-depth. Ah, what did I do there? How did I... Oh, I didn't press control probably to save, and then stuff happened. Alright. But now 32, 2. And now we don't have that artifact anymore because we actually do the correct... Okay. I mean, the position that we hit is a bit unfortunate, but... Yeah, we are not propagating to the neighbor, right? So that's as well an issue. That's why once we hit, we don't really combine them. So on the chunks borders, we have like a problem. And we always should take the closest hit, because currently if I do like that and I hit like multiple times, then it doesn't work. But overall, yeah, see, so that it should propagate then like the hit to like the other chunk as well. Because the sphere is like here, the center, but we're not updating that part. So doing it here is actually really bad, because you hit exactly at the chunk border basically. We can bypass that by making it bigger, but I mean, it's still the same problem. Wait, what the hell is that? Why is it so blocky? What? Okay, so changing the resolution definitely improves it, but what the hell? Something goes wrong here. Oh, well, that was actually... Okay. That one I might know what it is, because we removed the barriers, right? Yeah. So I think we need the barriers. I mean, that was anyways kind of sus to not do them. So that should be better. The weird thing is, why would it be so blocky? Does that make any sense if I look at the shader here? So that's word size, right? And that's voxel size. So maybe we need to do int update range is our sphere radius, which is in word units. Divided by the or like... Do we do it times the resolution? No, right? That is a bit sus. So what's the cell size actually for that? I can't find that here, right? Would need to go here. Oh, well, we don't have that break. Oh no, we do have that breakpoint. So chunk size, voxel size is 4. Oh, that's a bit of a problem, right? Okay, then that kinda explains it. If my voxel size is 4, then we cannot really show a sphere of 5. So that kinda makes sense. And it's a voxel size of 4 because the chunk size... Yeah, that's a little bit counterintuitive, right? So if we do this, basically we have like a very good resolution. But it's a little bit laggy, right? Yeah, it actually takes a little bit. Yeah, you can see it if I move, it freezes a little bit. So we have to definitely look at that. But I think one problem is that we are rebuilding all of them. We should only rebuild the one that we actually changed. And I mean, probably that is very highly dense, like highly tessellated again. Let's see how many triangles we have with that. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff that we need to look at. So let's do 128, 128. So how many are that? Yeah, I mean, that's quite some vertices, right? The resolution is probably a bit too high. For what it's worth here, right? But that's because we have a uniform grid, so that's like one of the biggest problems currently. Mesh viewer. Because I mean, look at that. That's like way too high tessellated for what it needs. I mean, we should have it here, right? But not for the rest. So we need the octree stuff for the terrain. That would help quite a lot. But I think today I want to focus on the brushes, and then we do the octree in another stream. So yeah, let's just go for like a good size, which is basically, let's do the chunk. Yeah, let's make it 64, why not? And have this at 32. Right, that's a good middle ground. It's not very highly densely subdivided, but it's good enough. And then let's see, let's add 10. Does that work? Perfect. Okay, and then let's add 10. And do we crash? Or do we get that? Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh, because we do it in all directions, right? We take the X in both directions, I think. Volume terrain system. Yeah, we do. That's a mistake. I mean, it's fine, right, to do that. Let's keep it small for now, the resolution. Let's see, let's do 10 by 10. Okay. And now let's do 32 in the dimension. And we have like some beautiful stuff here. And we can still edit it. It will probably be a little bit slow with the edit. Oh, it was okay actually. Yeah. I mean, we definitely have like a lag here because we're doing 10 times like 100 updates, even though we only need one chunk probably. But I mean, we can work with that for today. So I think I will push that and then we will do some brushes. So we stage that, we stage that. We don't stage this, we do that. Don't do that. Yeah, I still need to nicely integrate Tracy. I didn't do that yet. What? It's nothing is different. What are you on about? Or is no? There is not a single difference here, and it marks it as a difference. Man, that's beautiful. Nope. Don't think we need any of those files. Need that one. Stage selected. We don't need that one. And we definitely don't need that one. Okay, cool. So let's push that. Fix terrain edit. Edit. Transform matrix to depth pre-pass. I think that is mostly it. Yeah, I mean here. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to mention that. I think what would be nice in the future as well, because now we do it like the buffer address, the few constants. I think I want to probably keep doing that, but I need to think about how I push the address of that buffer to shaders, because that's not so obvious. But maybe we do it similar to the bindless stuff. So we just push it in and you can read it or not, depending on if you want or not. I think it will be something like that, probably. Alright, so we have... Oh, shoot. We forgot one file. As usual. But I think that's the only one. Commit may view constant buffer change view constant buffer to be able to be used with buffer device addresses. All right. Cool. Let's get started on some brushes. And for that, we probably take some brushes that we already have in C++ and just move them basically to a shader. So we most likely includes volume. Yeah, like maybe here, yeah. Probably. So we do get sphere, get plane, and then let's do a vec for get cube or get quad. No, I like get cube probably. I think we just need a vert position, and then we need a vec3 cube center and a vec3 extends. If I am not mistaken. Where is the CSG cube? And I think we want to use version 2. Or version 1. Let me see. That one is... Okay. What's the difference? In V1 gradient is always multiplied. Yeah. Where? Yeah. There was a difference, but I can't remember it. This is so long time ago. I don't know why I had like 2 versions. It was something where I wanted to find the better version of the cube, but I don't know which one was the better version. If it was V2 or V1 in the end. Let's just assume it was V2. And let's take that one. I will move it to the second screen because then I can have like both at the same time. So let's do a const float difference of 0.1, which is kind of arbitrary. This should probably be based on voxel resolution. Although, does it matter? No. Probably actually it doesn't matter. Forget what I said. Because that has nothing to do with the voxel resolution because it's a gradient function. So we have a vec3 gradient. Which is... So we need a helper function here, vec where float get distance basically that is get closest distance to cube, I think, is what it actually is, if I interpret it correctly. And then here we have a word position. And we get a vec3 cube center. Or we could actually probably just implement that in here. Maybe we do that. Let's see. I don't think because we... Oh no, we need it multiple times. Yeah, cube center, vec3 extends. And then we do float X is the max of our word position at X minus our cube center at X minus our extents at X. God damn it. And I think it's always half extents, so let's call it half extents. Or the other one is basically our cube center dot X minus our position dot X minus our half extents at X. We do that 2 more times, of course. Let's do it just like that, I don't know. Alright. So we take that. Okay, well, thank you for that Visual Studio Code. That's exactly what I wanted. That you let me highlight it and then just get rid of it. Alright, so I think that's it, right? It is exactly the same, just for the different coordinates. Yeah, looks fine. And then we take float. Distance is basically X for now, but then we do, well, we can do it in one line probably. Float D is max of X or max of Y and Z. And then we return minus of that because we want to invert it because, yeah. Because that gives us the distance to the thing and we want to be positive inside of the cube and negative outside of the cube, so we have to invert it. Because that's how our gradient function works. Because here you can see as well that we are always positive inside the sphere, negative outside of the sphere, and we need to be the same here. Positive within the cube and negative outside of the cube. So that's why we invert it here. And then yeah, here this get value and gradient. So basically we have a vec3 gradient, perfect. And we have an x value, which is the get cube, well, get distance to cube, where we have a vec3 of, well, basically our word position plus a vec3 of yeah, in x like 0.1, so 0.1 0 0. And then we of course need cube center and half extents. And we minus that with that thing. But I think, yeah, this is minus then. So basically we get the difference between two positions on the function, basically on this CSG function. And then we basically, depending on the change of the sign and stuff like that, we get like basically the normal at that point for the cube, right? That's what that does. because if 0.1 plus 0.1 is inside the cube and 0.1 is outside the cube, we get like x coordinate pointing into a direction. So this will give us basically the normal of our hit, or like of our function, or the gradient. In mathematical terms it's called the gradient. Can I do that? That would be nice. So in that, well, let's do actually difference. And then this one is different, or this difference like that. And then we do a third time, just with 0.0 and difference in this one. Please to go away. Let's write 0.0f, I don't know. I think it's cleaner. Doesn't really matter, right? But it feels cleaner. Alright, so we have that. That is our gradient. And then we basically normalize that one. So gradient is gradient normalize. And then we do gradient as well, times equals -1 to flip it. Because the normal should point outwards, right? Always. And as we have like minus inside, yeah, we need to flip it here to get the correct normal. And then we return here a vec4, which is our gradient. And again, the get distance function for the actual distance to the surface. But this time with our vert position and no offset. And that should give us a cube. Hopefully. We can try that by basically hit center. We don't need that. Hit center. And let's get rid of that. Make say vec4 cube gradient is get cube. Did we include here CSG? Yes, perfect. So we can do that. Get cube value and gradient. Position, hit center, and then let's do an half extents of as well, like 2.5f. So basically we are 5 meters again. ESG gradient, let's call it that one. So I will take bets that it doesn't. Why did I close my project? What did I do? Oh no, I didn't close it, right? God damn it. I need to get used to that. I turned like off that I see the programs on all the taskbars. Yeah, that's what I thought. I would have been surprised if I made no mistake. CSG.age in 42. Of course, or CSG 42. Does it not like that I do this? Or what is it? Unexpected identifier expecting right parent. Yeah, okay, maybe not. Oh, I cannot do that, right? It has to be like that. Yeah. Let's do 32. And let's see. Oh, well, I mean... Oh yeah, I mean, that's pretty much a cube. Beautiful. If we probably turn on, like, if you... Wait. Stop, music, stop. I don't want to get copy striked. YouTube, thank you for that autoplay. Let's find some music again. Perfect. All right, so we have a cube. Perfect. It's an okay-ish cube. What if happens if I do... God damn it. Like a very high resolution. Does it get like sharp corners? Yes, it does. Oh god, what have I done? Yeah, so we have a cube with like sharp-ish corners. I would want to actually see that in RenderDoc to be sure that that is the right cube. So we should have like a sharp edge. That would be the dream. If the resolution is high enough, right? It's hard to say with the weird lighting that I currently have in the scene. So let's... Oh, that's some... But, that looks good. V is out. God damn it. Okay, V is in. Fly cam. Solid wire, flat shaded maybe. Yeah, that is perfect. That is exactly how it should be. It's like not a beveled, because I mean down here it's beveled, right? Because it needs to merge with the other stuff. But here it's like a sharp corner. And we could probably get it here sharp as well if we turn like the resolution even higher. But yeah, that's good. Beautiful. So we have cube done. We cannot change between the brushes yet, but first let's add brushes and then we add the logic to be able to change them. So what else do I have? I think in terms of brushes, I don't actually have more, if I'm not mistaken, because I never really added that many. So yeah, we only have cube, plane, and sphere, which is the ones we already have, and then we can add some operations. Maybe we add them in a separate header just so that it's... I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's create a new folder. Let's actually maybe do it like that. New folder, operations. And then let's move that in there. Rename that one to CSG sphere. Or like just sphere maybe. Then we do one that is the cube and one that is the plane. And now we have like more headers, right? But it's at least very, very self-contained. So let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of those. And let's get sphere, which is basically all of those are gone. And that one is gone. I wonder if I set the difference to epsilon, does that still work? Or is that too slow, too small? Oh no, that actually might still work. Yeah, that actually still works. Cute. Perfect. Then let's do it with epsilon. I don't know. Unless we find a problem with that. I would say let's do that. But yeah, you see that we need to calculate our normals again. Because they are broken. We cannot take the normals that we get from the cubical marching squares, I would say. We probably have to do something. Alright. Well, wait, did that even... Oh yeah, because we didn't recompile, so it's fine. What we can do here, CSG sphere. CSG plane. And CSG cube. And in the init we need to do the CSG plane. And that's about it. Ah, well, actually it's just cube, right? Like that. Perfect. And then let's do some stuff here. So the operations, let's add a couple of new ones. New file, union.age. New file, negate, was it? Or what was it called? Yeah, there's a negate, a difference. Negate.h. New file, difference.h. New file, yeah, negate, difference, intersect we need. and scale. Although scale, I don't think we need scale actually. Just because the scaling we handle different. Because we don't build a CSG tree, right? We just want to be able to apply CSG things onto the terrain. Hello, Captain Chica. So let's go with difference. It's basically that. So we basically take on like 4. I have 2 scales in my kitchen. Do you need one? Okay, yeah, that was a nice dad joke. No. But no, I'm good, thank you. I have my own scale in the kitchen. Get difference, maybe. And we do a vec4 LHS gradient, vec4 RHS gradient. Yeah, and then we do basically this stuff here. So we take A, we invert B, and then we return that. So we return why do we invert it? Do we need to invert it? Oh yeah, maybe we do. Oh my god. What are those jokes? But why does it even ask that? Because it has a Y component, right? But okay. I will give it to you. So if LHS at W is greater than I think we should be able to do that, right? Greater than RHS W. I think I should be able to allow to do that. Then we return LHS else we return RHS gradient but minus. Right, that should be pretty much the same. I know it's not. Let's do it like that. So if that is smaller than we do that, otherwise we return. Yeah. Let's do it like that. That should be what it is supposed to do. Intersect. Oh, that is basically the same, just not inverted. Okay. Get intersection. While mathematically world surface is on XZ plane, well, that depends. Not if you ask Unreal, or was it Unreal? Yeah. Not if you ask Unreal. Actually, this is except for that they are using the left-handed system. This is actually the correct way because my sister studies, like, is a doctor in mathematics, and she told me as well that Z should be up. Mathematically, like, they treat Z up because X and Y is already in the 2D, and then you just add the like third dimension which is up. So mathematically Z should be up, but most of the games do Z as forward and backwards. Because it's a little bit simpler, because in 2D, if you have screen coordinates, you have X and Y already most of the time, and Y is up. It kind of feels weird that in 3D your Y suddenly wouldn't be up. But yeah. There is no right and wrong, you can name those coordinates whatever you want, right? I mean, you will not have fun with other people if you name it whatever you want, but in theory you can name them whatever you want. Negate. Wait, did I do the intersect now correct? No, I didn't, of course. What is Minecraft's coordinate system? Wait, what? Is that what it is? Okay, interesting. I mean, yeah. Whatever. But north, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, I mean, it's, yeah. It's not so arbitrary, actually. I mean, it's kind of the same, except for my x coordinate is flipped right currently. But then basically it's the same, minus z is up, like in that direction into the screen. So it's pretty normal, I would say. Negate is probably just flipping the... and it's taking only one probably, right? Yeah. Wait, I have not implemented that? It's not even implemented. Okay, whatever. But I guess we can do that. Load var vec4 negate. Although, do I need to implement that? Do I need a negate is the question. Probably not, actually. I think I might not need that. Vec4 union. Vec4 LHS gradient. Vec4 RHS gradient. And that one is basically what we already do. So in the other, like in the normal edit shader already. It's this one. Basically we check which one is bigger and return the bigger one. So if LHS gradient W is greater than RHS gradient W, we return LHS, otherwise return RHS. And with that, we can go to edit. And we can include a couple of things here. Operations, I think, yes. Union. Operations difference. And I'm not sure, but yeah, let's do it. Operations intersect. U and operation. Does GLSR support switch? I mean, we can do it. We can do an if statement. GLSR switch case. I think it does. Let's find out. Operation. Okay. Oh, hold on. Can we do that actually? Oh, I mean, yeah, we can probably. It's fine. It doesn't really do what I want probably, but it will work. So we do CSG gradient like that, and then this is CSG gradient is, well, hold on, we get actually, that was fine, right? But let's do it with sphere for now. So we get the sphere, and then here, union. Of our voxel grid value and our CSG gradient. And this is, I think, difference. Get union, maybe. Get intersection, yeah. Let's call it like that. And then if we have nothing, we probably cry. Alright, so we do that. And then we go to our terrain panel. Is control down. Is key down? Is key pressed? Maybe is key pressed. Left control. Repeat. Whatever, I don't know. if, well, constants operation is if control is down, it's 1, otherwise it's 0. Let's see what that does. Except for crash, because I did a mistake again. Difference. Of course. Well, of course I did that. Okay, here I did it correct. Unfortunate, still some shader errors. Oh, now we are redefining epsilon. Yes, yes, yes. But do we need the epsilon? So here we need the epsilon, right? But here we don't need it. I mean, can't do it here. Yeah, we could do it in one line. I don't really care for now. We will move the epsilon to a shared space anyways, most likely. So let's get that, and let's get our sphere, and now hold control, and we don't do anything. Perfect. That's exactly how I would have wanted it. Terrain panel. Is control down false? Perfect. Is named key or mod? What does that mean? Okay, that's not what I want. But shouldn't I be able to distinguish that? I mean, we can as well do mouse button right for now. Because we want to anyways not do it probably with imgui, but with actions from our input system. So let's press left and add some stuff. Okay, well that doesn't work. Oh, because we... Maybe, yeah, maybe it's not pressed, yeah. That might be actually as well a good try, yeah. Yeah, perfect. We are not going below 0 currently with our... But yeah, now we can do that, right? We can cut out here again. Oh no, we can build like weird things. We cannot fill currently because we are not hitting anything, so we're not filling empty space. Because our rate cast doesn't deal with that, and every time I right click to rotate the camera, I'm deleting stuff. But yeah. We don't go below. Yeah, because I think my voxels end right. They're like at 0. So the chunk ends here. So we don't go below. We could change that. Or we can improve that by... Where is it? Generate mesh paths, right? So if we, for example, move this one 10 up, then our plane is higher up and we can go below. So if I now right click, we should be, well, if I make, I think, a higher resolution. Yeah, and now we can dig, right? Well, only 10 meters down, right? And then the chunk ends again. Because we don't have any chunks going below that currently. But yeah. Go away. Oh, we are not hit. There is a weird offset currently in the raycast, I think. It's not perfect. Because I can't remove that here. I can't hit it. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Would be nice to be able to fill that again. Like nicely. We need some other brushes for that. I mean, I can kind of feel it. So, almost filled. Probably. Ah, not quite. Yeah, we don't have a nice fill yet. Let's get rid of all of it by right clicking. Oh, that's almost fun already. Alright. Let's see. What does the difference do? I have no idea anymore. Oh no, we are using difference right now, but the intersect, I'm not quite sure anymore. Let's actually go to, what was this called? CSG operations. Ah, there it is. So this one is quite nice. It's mostly where I got most of them from. Most of the functions. I mean, he only always returns a distance, which is not enough for the use case that we want, right? Because we need the normal as well. But it's good enough. And we can maybe find some things that we might want to add in terms of brushes. Oh, okay, so where are the operations? I thought he had like some operations here as well. Oh yeah. Okay. But I'm not sure what we actually need from that. Oh, here. Union. I think the difference... Oh yeah, the intersection is like this, right? Where they overlap. Which is probably what we want to fill out terrain again. Maybe. Oh no, actually no, because they don't overlap at that point. Huh, yeah. I'm not sure. I think I need to reevaluate like which ones we want. Because that is for ray tracing and we are not ray tracing, we are generating a mesh out of it, so we can't take those functions as is. I mean, we can mostly take them, but yeah, not quite. Well, it's interesting. I mean, the smooth one actually might make sense that we add that. I'm not sure how yet, but I think the next step, now that we have brushes, more or less we need a way to change them, right? So maybe we unfortunately have to build a little bit UI next, so that we can switch between brushes instead of having like weird hotkeys. I mean, we want hotkeys as well, but we need a UI for it as well, for people that don't know the hotkey. So we will most likely have to do, like, because it's called terrain panel anyways, if I already foresaw the thing that we need to do that. Let's try the is key down, right? Oh yeah, that works. Oh, but we are painting like that then. Oh well, I mean, we can fix that. Sorry, mistake of me. User error. Done. Yeah, we still have the issue that at borders of the chunks we have issues, right? But we are not generating it correctly here. That's something we need to address as well. And the okay, something is off with the triplanar. Because the light is the light is rotating. I think our like triplanar normal is actually wrong. The light is rotating with the camera. That's not what it should do, unless that, no, that doesn't even make sense if it's the directional light. Because it should always yeah, it's the wrong side, right? It's lit from here, but it should be lit from here. Oh no, sorry, never mind. It's inside, so that's actually correct. Okay, yeah. But is it? Oh, okay, no, then actually it might work. Never mind. All good. I take it back. It just looked weird, but all good. Yeah, it's hard to see without shadows, right? Because those were facing outwards, that's why it was looking weird. But without shadows, you don't see that this is an indent. So it all looks a bit weird. Guess we need shadows soon. So that everything is a little bit nicer as well. Yeah, cool. Good progress, good progress. So yeah, we can actually draw. Not very fast, but we can draw. Always at the border. It's annoying. Yeah, that's something we definitely have to address soon. And that we generate like all of them is stupid as well. We should only generate the one that actually changes. How would I do that? Probably with a indirect dispatch. So basically the edit shader dispatches which chunks we want to edit. That would work. And then probably we need to as well write into a buffer the hit position. So that we... Oh, actually we don't need the hit position in that case. We just need to... Yeah, we regenerate the whole chunk, which is a little bit wasteful as well, because probably we can only regenerate an area of the mesh instead of the whole mesh, because if the chunk is quite big, let's say we cover like an area of 1024, right? Then like we are huge. I mean, the resolution is now shit, but like we cover 1000 meters here, and then we don't need to generate this area here if we change something here. Unless the brush is like that big. Yeah, we are probably not able to actually edit now because we're so small with the brush, and the resolution is currently tied to that size. Alright, but I think I might take a break and maybe come back after dinner, but I'm quite hungry. But yeah, some good progress. Yeah, I will actually come back. I want to... what do I want to do after it? After F8? I think that Octree is a little bit too complicated right off the bat, because I would need to research a little bit how I want to do that. Maybe we check if we can improve it so that we only generate the chunk we actually edited. So we rewrite this a little bit to do only one ray cast, check all the chunks, and yeah, the chunk we hit, we report and queue for generation. I think we do that, yeah. Okay, that sounds like a good plan. Alright, so yeah, I will be back in probably an hour. And yeah, then let's improve this a little bit. But it's already nice that it now works and we don't have the GPU crash anymore. And we have some sort of brushes. Yep. Thank you very much. See you hopefully in an hour. Let's see if we can raid someone. Yeah, let's raid Sad. He's always doing something interesting as well. So let's go there. Yep. Hopefully see you in an hour. Otherwise, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Hey, AK, how's it going, man? How was your stream, man? You're having one hell of a day. Like everything possible that could go wrong went wrong. Nice, nice. Let me see. What's gone wrong so far? Oh, my audio is clipping because for some reason my microphone is freaked out. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, the disk on my Git server filled because there's a weird option you have to set within your config to make sure that it collects up these archive files it makes. So once I did that, that freed up like 20 gigabytes of crap.
Hmm?
Um, then I couldn't get a Git checkout. It took